Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Vasyl Lomachenko versus Jorge Linares at 135 could be a reality. Stay tuned. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, Jorge Linares, he just did the damn thing, secured another victory for himself last weekend on the card with Lucas Matisse, and he beat Mercito Gesta on HBO. Now, I thought, just in my personal opinion, I don't think the card was what some people expected. It was, I think, HBO's first big card that they've had in 2018, and both fights, Lucas Matisse's fight and then also the Linares fight, it left me kind of wanting more. It just wasn't, you know what I mean? I had a better time with the PBC, Lamont Peterson, Errol Spence, Robert Easter Jr., Javier Fortuna fight. But this card, it was kind of dry to me. But, you know what I mean? Congrats to the winners, Matisse and Linares. On to the next. But just wasn't a good opening card for Golden Boy and for HBO. But Lomachenko, he's now says he's, well, his promoter says, I made a video about it, said he's moving up to 135, and this is what he put on his verified account on Twitter earlier today. He says, "You ready to fight me at 135, Jorge Linares? If not, maybe I'll go win a belt in the UFC first while waiting on you." And they put a crying emoji. And it's a video of him wrestling some guy, and he kind of like suplexes him. Listen, I like Lomachenko. I think he's talented. I like his demeanor. He seems like he's truly out to get his, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem like he's fearful of taking on challenges and fights like that. And me, I just, as far as what the media portrays him as, I gotta see more, you know what I mean? 11 fights, a loss, only been in the game since probably like 2013 or so. I gotta see more, keep showing improving, just like all the historic legends had to do. Sugar Shane Mosley, Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Floyd, Pacquiao, you know what I mean? These people are revered as all-time greats. Roberto Duran, Hearns, Hagler, and the reason is because of continued impressive things that they've done. Their resume, they worked on that, good performances, being the underdog. You know what I mean? Like when I look at Muhammad Ali, there were guys he beat that people didn't think he would beat. Sonny Liston, definitely George Foreman. They were like, man, Foreman, he's too in prime, he's too strong for you, and you getting stretched. So I gotta see Lomachenko in some fights where I feel that the level of skill is equivalent or better. The ring IQ, the level of experience, the height. He's not massively bigger than you know what I mean? Just different things like that. So I think there would be bigger and better challenges at 135. Obviously, I said this and I've been on record and I'm going to stand by this. If Mikey gets past Sergey Lipinets in the rescheduled bout in March, I really want to see Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia. That's the fight to be had. Me personally, I'd rather see that than Mikey versus Linares, Mikey versus Robert Easter. And don't get it twisted. I want to see all those fights. But if some boxing gods came down and said, hey, pick one, then I'm picking Lomachenko versus Mikey Garcia. I like what that fight represents stylistically. But I'm also realistic. Linares, for his first fight at 35, I really doubt that the Mikey Garcia fight would come off. And Bob Arum has thrown out some names. He said Jorge Linares and Ray Beltran. I have no problem with either of those fights because, once again, I'm a realist. I'm realistic. You're new to a division. Ray Beltran, he's a veteran, longtime sparring partner of Pacquiao, clearly has power. You know what I mean? He can box too. So that's not a bad first fight for Lomachenko. And then obviously Jorge Linares is a champion, so, and he has some attributes. My thing is, I don't know. I would want to see it. So I personally think the Beltran fight would probably happen over Linares. Linares is with a Japanese promoter along with Golden Boy. Bob Arum has expressed interest in and making the fight and negotiating the fight, it's certainly possible that De La Hoya and Tekken Promotions or whoever that Linares is with can negotiate with Top Rank. But Ray Beltran's already in-house, so if he wins his next fight in February, then that seems like a fill-in, or at least a plan B for Lomachenko, who it sounds like is moving up to 135 according to Bob Arum. But I like the Linares fight. I think it's interesting enough. I would favor Lomachenko. Linares, I don't know what it is. I feel like when he's on point, he's on point. Like, his boxing is just phenomenal. Flashy combinations, just very good boxing. There are some concerns I have when he's in the trenches, like the Antonio DeMarco fight, and just his will to survive when he's in the trenches like that. The other thing is, in certain performances, I would like to see a bit more separation. Like his last two fights, I understand he was in there with Luke Campbell, a gold medalist, but on a pro level, Luke Campbell didn't really have the type of experience that Linares has. You know what I'm saying? And even though he won the fight, that fight was pretty tight and pretty close. You know what I mean? Credit to Campbell. But I would like to see a little bit more separation from Linares. He got a knockdown, and then he kind of like fizzled in some of the middle rounds. I'd like to see him pull away and show the dude that you could be a champion in the future, but there's levels to this. Even the fight with Hesta, he was winning. I had him winning pretty handily after like the third round. He was winning the rounds, but I think he could have, and I'm not trying to nitpick, but I just think he could have done more. It's kind of like Edeslandi Lara versus Delvin Rodriguez. Like, show Mercita Hesta is not even, in my opinion, he's not really the cream of the crop at 135. So if you're in somewhat of a competitive fight with them, then how are you going to look versus Robert Easter, Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia, you know what I mean, the top names. So, I mean, even Robert Easter, I want to see a little bit more separation with Javier Fortuna. That's a guy new to the division. You know what I mean? Mikey Garcia seems like the guy to beat at 35 because he had showed that at 35. I mean, he showed in the Broner fight at 140, but even at 35, he took a champion that was a knockout artist in Dejan Zlaticanin, and I was at that fight and covered it as media, and he brutally knocked him out. So there's nothing. He did it fairly early. I don't remember what round, but you know what I mean. So that's just my 2 cents. Lomachenko, Lanata is a good fight if they can get that off. Let me know your thoughts. Who wins? Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.